Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Midwest Plainsman on the Prairie Land Radio Network. And this afternoon, I am joined by my special guest, none other than Kris and Angelis. And we're going to be talking with Kris this afternoon. I had come across her on Facebook, seen her videos on there. She has got some really wonderful music that really caught my attention, as that's the reason why I decided to invite her to become a guest. So, thank you for taking time out to come join me there, Kris. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
You're very welcome. So now, what has been your upbringing been like that brought you into your career in music?
Oh, wow. Well, I think a lot of people have like, oh, my whole family was singers and whatever, but that wasn't me. My sister and I are, she's an actress and I'm a singer and actress, and we're sort of the weirdos of the family. Everyone else is like doctors and like, yeah. So, the the upbringing though was filled with music, even though it wasn't directly being played by the family. I just remember we were very close. I'm going to say we a lot because I have an identical twin sister, but we grew up on a farm in Florida. We didn't have TV, like cable didn't even come out that far. So we just listened to a lot of our grandparents and parents' old records, classical music, Rodgers and Hammerstein musicals, Lawrence Welk, that kind of thing. And then got to do some musical theater summer camp, and that was really influential. Started playing violin when I was 9 and got to be part of the youth orchestra, which was really fun, and learned all about how to, read music. And then I just was always, sorry, I was into
Hmm.
music once we got a little older and got into music on my own, and just got really inspired and wanted to say my own things through song.
And okay, so what has been your biggest influence as far as uh, you getting into the music?
So I guess the biggest one would be Brandy Carlisle and her band, Tim and Phil Hanseroth, who are also identical twins. They I was lucky enough to get to see them sort of more in the beginning, and I just felt like it was such the kind of music that I wanted to make, this very raw, real, truthful, um, and authentic music. And it was very inspiring. And I got to get to know them and watch their process of writing and performing and the way that they conduct themselves as artists in the community and the way they give back. And that has been very inspiring to me in all the ways that it could be.
Yeah, I definitely remember the days of mom and dad watching the Lawrence Welk show. I
Mhm.
was growing up. Definitely remember those days. It's like I felt to me it was the most boring show ever.
Well, my sister and I would, get dressed up and come from behind the curtains of the living room window and pretend like we were part of the show. So I guess we weren't really.
Yeah, and even though I participated in band and choir all through school, uh, eh, I mean there were certain things that really caught my attention, but I have to say that for me it was more of the country music genre that really caught my attention as I was growing up, whereas most of my classmates and everybody else during the 80s were listening to 80s rock and classic rock, and it's like nobody was listening to country except for me. It's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, I definitely had some country influence in there as well. My dad was into country music. So yeah, I feel that. Feel that.
Very cool. Okay, now, so what? Let's see. What inspired you to start making your own music?
Um, well, like I said, I mean, I had dabbled in it throughout my life. My sister and I wrote our first song when we were 3. Um, but when I saw Brandy Carlisle, I had started, messing around with writing songs and playing a little bit of guitar, but when I saw her perform, and her and Tim and Phil, I was like, this is what I want to do. This is an amazing example of what I want to do, and that's sort of was the turning point of like really doing it, and really like focusing a lot of my energy and time on doing that, and actually playing shows and stuff like that.
Okay, so now, how long? Yeah, how long have you actually been writing your own music and doing and performing shows?
Oh, like performing shows probably since the beginning of college was the first time I was really out there performing. And the first time I went and played guitar and sang a song that I wrote was in an open mic at a pizza place in the town next to my college, and everyone was drunk, and I credit that with the fact why I kept going, because they were all so enthusiastic and so supportive. They were like, "You're amazing," like at this open mic. And so this first foray into performing like that, I was so nervous, and I probably didn't do a very good job, but they thought I did, or they at least were so like enthusiastic and encouraging that I decided I could keep going.
Cool. Ever have dreams of performing on one of the the two biggest uh, talent shows out there right now,
Like what? Like,
like AGT or American Idol?
oh. Um, Honestly, like people mention that a lot, and I was invited to audition for The Voice, which I did, and I got through the vocal auditions, but they weren't whatever my story wasn't something that they were looking for in the show.
Hmm.
So, because they're casting a TV show and they want it to be interesting, they want the stories to be different and interesting, whatever. Um, I don't know. It may be like I'll call myself out and say maybe I'm a little scared of that, but also my music feels it's more about the music itself, the songwriting and the stories that I'm telling, than like me being this perfectly technical singer. And and plus while they give amazing exposure, not going to say that that's not true. Uh, the winning those doesn't it's not a great record deal. um,
Yeah.
Technically in the back end, and I want to have more creative control, I think. So maybe these are all just excuses that I'm making for being nervous about doing that. But those are all of my thoughts on it. It's just not, yeah, I haven't, it's not a big dream that I've had to be on one of those shows.
Okay. So basically, just getting out there and performing and letting people hear your music. That's pretty much going to be your forte.
Yeah, I like making the music, telling the stories, relating to people, connecting with people. I do a lot of online performing as well as in person. Like in 2019, I did a tour where I performed in every state, all 50 states. I performed in all over Europe, in Germany, in Netherlands, Belgium, in Scotland, and now I'm going to be doing a bunch of performing in Japan, hopefully, because I'm spending like half my time there now, because my fiance is in the Navy and he's stationed there. So, yeah, definitely getting out there, connecting with people, having what I love is to know that for anybody out there, my songs are doing what my favorite songs have done for me. Like that feeling that you get when you're just like, oh, this song. Like if I can make anyone feel that way with my songs, then that's the goal.
You make me a little bit jealous because Japan is the one country that I've wanted to visit for the longest time.
Oh yeah? How come?
Well, believe it or not, what inspired me was the mini series back in the 80s called Shogun.
Oh, okay. I
And
don't not familiar with it, but okay.
yep, that was a mini series during the 80s with Richard Chamberlain.
Okay.
And it was a fantastic portrayal of how life was in old Japan. And that's the areas I still want to go explore.
And you haven't made it to Japan yet?
No.
Well, I hope that you do. I'm holding space for that for you.
Yep. And if you get to go over there and play your music, I have a feeling people are really going to enjoy it.
I hope so. Yeah. Thank you. I know that
All
there's
right.
a
Now
great.
then, we're going to get welcome. Now, all right. Now we're going to get to some of your videos that I had seen online. And the one, let's see, we're going to start off. Here we go. Let's see. I believe we're going to start off with Last Call Train. So, what was the story behind this one?
Last Call Train. So that's about the feeling of, using the idea of a late night train, the one after last call, or it's just the last train of the night, whatever, and maybe it's not coming. Like, have you ever been into New York City and there's like the G train? It's like sort of, oh, it might come, it might not, who knows? That kind of feeling, and using it as a metaphor for waiting for someone or something that hasn't really given you a lot of reasons to think that it's going to come or it's going to show up and take you where you want to go. So that's what it's about.
Nice. All right. This is called Last Call Train. And we gotta get.
You're one of those after last call train. Could be any time or not at all. I couldn't tell through the echoing static. Now you're just a habit. Wonder what would happen if I fall. Would I make it out before the train came? Could I make it home before the rain came? It's getting late, it's getting colder. Waiting here to find's insane. Once you offered me rides, look over my shoulder as I walk out into the rain. After last call train, everything you said was so well timed, thoughtful and kind. Maybe chivalry isn't dead. Then I find I'm colorblind. It was yours, not mine. What I thought might be green was really red. Can I make it out before the train calls? Will I make it home before the rain falls? It's getting late, it's getting colder. Waiting here finds insane. Once you offered me rides, look over my shoulder as I walk out into rain. After last call train, knock it down, drag it out. He's my goddamn phantom. It's getting late and it's getting colder. Waiting here to find's insane. Ones who offered me rides look over my shoulder as I walk out. It's getting late, it's getting colder. Waiting here to find's insane. Ones who offered me rides look over my shoulder as I walk out into the rain. After last call train. After last call train.
Okay, now
It was shot partially in Saraland, Alabama. That's when I was walking around in the rain, and partially in London, in the tube stations.
okay, very cool. Now, I'll say is I have I've had the experience of riding the like, well, they call it L train, but my very first experience was riding a subway train like that was actually up in Montreal, Canada. When we had to go up there in 1979 for Lions International Convention. And that was my first experience of riding subway train up there. So
Yeah. How was it?
it looked kind of similar, actually.
Yeah. They all look kind of similar. But I just thought it was
Very
fun
cool.
to have I liked in London, the sort of old-fashioned stations and, Baker Street and Waterloo and like all these sort of recognizable things.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Now, next one up is called Is That You?
Hmm. So that one is about the feeling of when someone who's not really with you anymore, but you're still in that place between waking and dreaming in your hopes,
Mm-hmm.
and you're always kind of on alert for like, are they coming back? Is that really you? Um, and yeah, hearing wanting that to be true, but knowing that maybe because there's the blackbird, it says, is that the blackbird calling? And I use that specifically because there's a lot of symbolism with blackbirds. They can be symbols of transformation and change. And so that part was like, it's, yes, it means like, was that you or was it just a blackbird? Like, oh, was that sound was a different sound? But it's also like, or was that the symbol of me, the call for something different and to go in a different direction.
Excellent. Okay. Well, this is called Is That You?
If you click on the little arrows in the bottom right, it should make it full screen.
Don't need to ask. No, it's not raining, but is that the sun? Your warm hands drying off my face. Will you forgive me for not being brave enough, for being so young, not knowing I'd won, not calling my own bluff? 'Cause I'm having the hardest time I'm sorry I wasn't clear when I said how I felt. I wasn't happy, it's true, but it wasn't with you. It was that someone else. Is that you? Or am I just dreaming again? Was that your voice? Was a blackbird calling? I don't need to ask. I know it's not raining, but is that the sun or your warm hands drying on my face? Is that you? Or am I just dreaming again? Was that your voice? Just a blackbird calling?
Very cool. Very cool. I like it. So now, are these songs on a current album that you've got out, or have you
Yes,
made a current album?
yes, yes. Here, I'll show you. This is the newest album. It's called Le Sky. And yes, it comes in vinyl and CD and it's digital and it's on all the streaming platforms. It just came out on October 17th. So it's brand new and both of those songs are on it.
Very
And
cool.
yeah, and you can find it at krisangelis.com. They'll take you to where you can buy the vinyls and the CDs and can't get the digital, but because it's through my label. But yeah, you can find all of my music there because I have other albums and everything there too. And then it's on all the streaming platforms.
Very cool. So now that you've got the first album out, are you planning on working on a second one in the future?
Oh, this is not my first album. I put out a
Oh,
bunch of stuff before, but definitely, yes, planning on more stuff as well. Yeah, hopefully the next one will be in sort of the first half of 2027. Yeah, I think that's right. So I'm currently, yeah, in the process of writing it and gonna get it recorded pretty relatively soon.
very
That's the kind
cool.
of funny thing and weird thing that artists, especially musicians, deal with is like you make your art and it's very representative of your life at the time, and then it takes so long to get it out that by the time it's out and everyone's hearing it for the first time, you're like on a whole different part of your life, like, and you're already making the second one, the next one, you know. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I've got a friend of mine who is a instrumentalist, a very renowned guitar player. He lives up in Ohio. Back during COVID, he came to me and basically we arranged to have him on the show and whatnot. And he was telling me that he had written so many songs that he had enough for 4 albums, for 4 CDs that he was going to release all at the same time. And I'm like, Brian, are you nuts?
I mean, if you have them all like recorded and ready to go, like why not? The only reason why not to do that is that like what a golden opportunity. If you have 4 albums, then you don't have to do anything for the next 8 years. You know, you're done. You can just put them out because, you know, especially nowadays, putting out a bunch of stuff all at once, unless I guess you're like Taylor Swift or something, is sort of a waste of like promo opportunity. Like if you put it out a little bit more slowly, it keeps you in the algorithms and keeps you in the public eye, like because you keep if you every time you get to say I have something new out, is an opportunity to like have people engage with it and discover you. So why I said unless you're Taylor Swift is like she doesn't she's in people's minds anyway, and she can put out an album where there's 31 songs on it, and that's fine. And she'll put another one out a year and a half later.
Yeah, when he told me that he had written enough songs that he had at least 4 CDs ready to go. I'm
Yeah.
like,
And he had
wow.
them all recorded and everything done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had them all written, recorded, the whole thing. He was
That's
ready to
great. I
put
mean,
them on CDs, and it's like,
that's an awesome opportunity because you don't like for me that my stress level comes from like when I'm in creating the album, like the production mode and then promotion mode, it's gonna be challenging for me to be in creation mode. So if he has done all that creation and can doesn't have to be trying to do all of it at once, that's a blessing for sure.
yeah. And I was like, Brian, are you nuts? It's like that would drive me insane.
Oh, he's lucky. He's lucky. No, and
Yeah.
I know people who are so prolific. Like I have friends who write hundreds of songs a year, and as co-writers or producers or whatever, and I'm just so impressed by them. Yeah.
Oh, I can certainly see why. So now, what is on your calendar coming up?
So, well, tomorrow I'm playing at the Carmel Memorial Harrison Memorial Library. That'll be a fun show. Then I'm playing a show in Santa Rosa at a winery, the D'Argenzio Winery, and then I don't have anything on my public calendar yet coming up. I have a lot of stuff sort of in the works, but it's not all ready and confirmed to talk about yet, unfortunately. Um, but yeah, I'm heading off to back to Japan and working on getting some shows over there and planning for the tours for the beginning of the year and like I said, writing and recording the next album.
Very cool. As I say, now I noticed you mentioned you're going to be at a winery out in Santa Rosa.
Mhm.
Uh, there are there are a lot of different wineries out in that country.
Yeah,
Uh, I,
I call it wine country.
yeah, because I remember when we took a trip out to San Francisco, we stopped at our relatives out in Rohnert Park,
Mhm.
and there was we were just a driving distance from Martha's Vineyard, or was it Martha's Vineyard, or no, Napa. It was Napa winery, and we took a tour through the place. It was just fantastic.
Yeah. Do you enjoy wine?
Yeah, because my dad used to make homemade wine.
Oh wow, that's fun.
Yep, and then as a wedding DJ back a few years ago, I did a wedding at a winery up in Minnesota. Uh, it was a gorgeous place. They had transformed a horse ranch into a winery.
Wow.
They converted
And
all the stalls into really fancy nooks for antiques and uh,
well, that's
different
fun.
vendors and whatnot.
So do
And
they grow the grapes there too, or do they just bring in grapes and have a
yeah,
tasting?
they have their own vineries, the
Wow.
whole shebang. Uh, and it was it was really fantastic. It's up north of Alexandria, Minnesota, is where it was at.
Yeah. No, there's wineries everywhere. I learned this when I was on my 50 state tour.
Yep. Yeah. The place is just absolutely beautiful. They've got some fantastic wine up there. It's like, yeah, one of these days I'm gonna have to go back and try to book some more shows up there and whatnot. So
That's so cool. Yeah, I've learned like so and all the different kinds of wine, right? Like there's California wines, which I am partial to, I think, because I just live here. But in Florida, I learned that there's the kind of grape that grows prolifically and naturally there is called muscadine, and I have our family farm that I grew up on has muscadine grapes just growing wild in the farm, and I learned this after I had discovered a song by Jeff Hahn. Jeff Hahn, if you don't know him, look him up. He's great. like folk Americana artist, and he has a song called Muscadine, which I love.
Ah.
And then I discovered that the grapes that were growing wild on our farm are muscadine, and I was like, well, maybe I should make a, a winery in Florida on the farm with muscadine. It is different because it's very sweet. It's definitely kind of like a sweet wine, like dessert wine, which I personally don't enjoy as much. But and I know a lot of people do, and could be fun project.
Yeah, that does sound like a fun project, actually.
Mhm. But it's a huge project. Like it's not like a small undertaking to make a winery. It's very expensive and it's a lot of work. But yeah, it's always definitely something that I've been interested in. Like you said, that your dad made homemade wine. Like even if I'm not the one growing the grapes, I'd be curious to try that at some point in my life.
Well, there you go. That could be a second project for you,
Mhm.
along with your music.
Yeah, 'cause music doesn't take up all of my time. You know, it could be my hobby.
There you go. All right, Kris. This has been fun. I appreciate you taking time out to come join me,
Thank
and
you.
look forward to hearing more. I'm definitely going to be adding your music to my rotation on internet radio. That
Amazing.
as I do 3 different broadcasts during the week,
Oh, thank
so
you.
I'll definitely be adding your music to the rotation, and look forward to hearing more.
Thank you so much, Earl. I really, really appreciate this.
Yeah, you are very welcome. And again, if anybody out there wants to connect up with Kris and get to know her music, and by all means, purchase her album, either the vinyl, the CD. Uh, basically, you can always help out an artist by purchasing directly from them with their album, and it's even purple.
Yeah, it's a fun color. And it has like hidden messages in the lyrics and like there's a poem that I made with all the song titles and yeah. If you go to krisangelis.com, that has all of my socials if you want to check out all of my stuff there and all the places where you can stream my music. It has all of my vinyls and CDs and merch and um and you can this is the important one. If you want to know about my stuff without the algorithm keeping stuff from you, just join my community. You'll see it if you scroll down on the main page of my website. So join my community. It's totally free to join, and you can get a free gift when you join. You can get discounts on a bunch of stuff and behind the scenes and all kinds of good stuff. And I'd love to have you.
Very cool. Be sure to check out website krisangelis.com, and you'll be able to find out everything about her and her music. If you have questions for me directly, email me at the Midwest Plainsman at Gmail, midwestplainsman.com, and where you can keep on top of what I've got going on here. So, with that being said, I'm going to say pleasant journeys, everyone. Thank you for tuning in, and there's going to be a lot more coming up in the weeks ahead, so stay tuned. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day. We're out of here for the day.